You're thinking you might be really stressed out, or you're just a little overwhelmed because you have a lot on your plate right now and you're just super tired and everything feels like it's on edge. And no matter how much you sleep, you can't seem to feel rejuvenated or refreshed, and the tiredness just does not go away at all. But what if I was to tell you that it might not just be stress or just being a little tired? In fact, you might be in a state of burnout and really struggling with that right now. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 red flags for burnout and how that is so separate from just being tired from stress. Burnout is often resulted from constant unmanaged stress. Unlike regular stress, which dissipates as soon as the stressful event ends, burnout stays and is extremely pervasive unless it's managed well. So oftentimes when you are burnt out, typical rest is not just going to just end it because the stressful situation is still consistently there. So we have to be very specific about identifying the signs of burnout and really understanding how to mitigate this feeling of burnout, because it will not just go away unless we make some lifestyle changes. One of the biggest red flags for burnout is going to be deep-rooted exhaustion. This is the type of exhaustion that a nap is not going to fix or just a weekend of sleep is going to fix. The exhaustion that I'm talking about is so deep-rooted that no matter how much you sleep, it doesn't just go away because your stressors are still there constantly. And because of this exhaustion, you might start procrastinating. Things that you enjoyed in the past might seem like so much work that you don't want to do it. When you're at work, you might be zoning out constantly and feeling like this is too much. And also in relationships, you might just feel like the things like spending time with your partner or your kids just seems like way too much work and it's exhausting. It can also lead to exhaustion-related physical symptoms like muscle pain, headaches, feeling like you have stomach cramps. All these issues are related to deep-rooted exhaustion that comes from compounded stress that has not gone away, and you're feeling so overwhelmed that you're tired constantly, and it seeps into every part of your life. And just a nap isn't gonna fix it, because it's not just about being tired. On a fundamental level, it's about the stress that is leading to the tiredness, and it's chronic. Even when you are trying to sleep, because of the burnout and the stress that you're experiencing, it might be even hard to sleep because you're feeling insomnia. You might be on edge, which leads to not sleeping well at all. That leads to more exhaustion. And then the burnout cycle keeps on repeating itself because you're not sleeping well, therefore you're tired, and therefore you're not doing your regular task, and things just add up, and then you are just constantly tired and feeling extremely miserable. The second biggest red flag I always like to talk about is lack of empathy and care for things and people you normally would care about. For healthcare workers or people like me that are therapists, that can look like going into a therapy session and feeling exhausted and not really caring or feeling empathy for the client that's in front of you. Or if you are in a customer service job that you really enjoy, or if you're doing something that you really enjoy, you don't have that enthusiasm anymore. If you're with your kid, you might feel really annoyed and irritated when in reality, you normally really enjoy spending time with your kid. You might also notice that you are snapping at your coworkers or loved ones for no reason, and your relationships are getting significantly worse because you are so distant from everyone else. The hobbies that you used to really love and enjoy spending time with, it just feels like way too much work, and you don't care about that anymore because it is too exhausting to even try to do a hobby. You might really notice yourself losing motivation and also isolating yourself. And this isn't just having a bad day or just having a bad mood. This is a deep loss of motivation due to burnout and feeling so exhausted that you lose connection with everyone and everything around you. The third critical red flag I always like to think of is feeling like you're not doing enough or you're a failure. This can deeply affect your confidence and all of your self-esteem too. It makes you feel like you are not enough, you are not doing enough, or anything you do has no value. This can often look like at the workplace by coming up as this constant feeling of nothing you do will matter or nothing you do will make an impact. It can also look like in your personal life, like I shouldn't bother reaching out to my friends because they're not going to want to hang out with me because I'm such a negative person who always feels so sad. You might also feel less confident too because the things that were always easy feel so much harder right now. So you might think, oh, I'm not as good as what I used to be anymore. So what's the bother in even trying? Or am I even good for the work that I'm doing right now? And oftentimes these pervasive thoughts will get louder and louder if you do not take care of the reasons that you are burning out. These things are a result from deep-rooted exhaustion, and it perpetuates the cycle again and again. You feel tired, your performance drops, and then you question whether you're good or not, and then your confidence decreases even more, and it just keeps going and going until you feel like you have no self-esteem at all and your confidence is completely depleted. In your personal life, this might also look like feeling like you're not a good partner, feeling like you're not a good mother because of your burnout. You might feel disconnected, and because you're feeling disconnected from everyone else, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I used to be so empathetic, I used to care so much about my kids, but now I don't, so therefore I have to be a bad mom. When in reality, you're just exhausted and you are not capable of giving all your attention to everyone else right now because you yourself need help. With burnout, you're often going to feel empty without caring for others, and often you are going to be the person that really needs help and a way to recharge so you can be there for other people or be present for things like work and other responsibilities too. If you're noticing these signs and these things hit a little close to home, it is really important to remember that you are not alone. Burnout is in no way a personal failure, but a product of a lot of stressors compounding over time that you don't have a lot of control over. And in no way does it make you a weak person to feel burnout or feel this deep-rooted exhaustion. Burnout can literally happen to literally anyone, and realization of it is the first part to recovering from it too. And it's really important to remember that. So now that we know about some of the red flags of burnout, what do we do about it, right? Well, the biggest first thing I always say is awareness is key, right? And after that, we need to figure out what are some of the stressors that is leading us to be burnt out in the first place? What are some things that are so exhausting in our day-to-day lives that is creating this feeling of deep-rooted exhaustion that we cannot run away from? Look at your day-to-day responsibilities. Are there things that you can delegate at work? Are there things and responsibilities at home that your partner can help you with, or things that you can put off until a little bit later so you have some time to recover? Also, make time for self-care. It's okay to do things that you really enjoy sometimes. It's okay to make time for yourself and say no to extra responsibilities if it means that you can take care of yourself and meet your needs first. And if these things are still not working, it's okay to talk to someone. It's okay to talk to your partner and say, hey, I'm really struggling. It's okay to talk to a loved one and say, hey, I'm struggling and can you help me right now? And it's also okay to reach out to a mental health professional who is trained to help you navigate these struggles in day-to-day life. The most important thing is to get support and also reach out to your resources that are around you. You are not in this fight alone against burnout. Recognizing these signs in yourself is not a reason to lose hope, but an opportunity to reach out to get help and really take care of yourself. Because how can we show up for others if we do not show up for ourselves and really practice self-care in an intentional way? It's okay to listen to yourself, and it's okay to listen to your body. And if you found this video to be helpful, drop a like and also let us know in the comments if there's any other topics you'd like us to talk about. And I hope you have an amazing day.